For this video I'm going to show how I made this satin cord double macrame bracelet. So to start off, I'm taking this yellow button because I'm using yellow cord and one of my colours, but you can use whatever colour suits your bracelet. So I'm going to take one of the holding cords and thread one end through one of the buttonholes and then out through the other side. And then I want to match the ends of the cords. And then taking the other colour of holding cord, I'm going to repeat this process with the other side of the button. If you do use a 2 buttonhole button, you want to make sure they have got nice big size holes for you to put all your cords through. Once that's complete, just make sure you've got the ends of that cord as well just matched up. Make it as even as possible. And then you can take the cords that you're going to be using to work through and make sure you match these to the same colour of holding cord that you used. You might want to pull your cords tight to be able to fit your cord through this time if you've already put one in. And then you just want to thread it through the same as the last cord. So both colours should be in the same buttonholes. And once you've done that, once again you want to match up your ends. And then pull it tight against the button. And then you want to repeat this process for your last cord. Once you've got your cords on, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. So next you want to attach your button to the top of your board. And after this you want to put your cords in order. So you're going to want to keep your colours separate at this point. So take one colour to one side and the other colour to the other side. And then taking your first colour, you want to find the holding cords, which will be your shortest ones. So once you've got your holding cords, taking your longer cords, one to either side, you want to attach these to the bottom of your board. So for your next side, you want to attach them to the bottom of the board, but this time I'm using 2 clips rather than one as I normally do because I'm going to be working over both holding cords separately. So one colour will be worked at each time. So for your first knot, you're taking your first colour of holding cords only and doing a square knot. So you're going over, and through, and then under, and through. And you repeat this at the other side, but just with the same colour holding cords, and not all of them. And then to join both of your colours together, you're just going to twist those 2 cords over each other, and then put them back into the original position. And then just doing a square knot again. And then another square knot for your other side. And then once again you want to twist your cords around each other, copying the way you did it the first time, and bring your colours back to the original position. And you're going to repeat this process until you've got your bracelet as long as you want it to be. So once you've got your bracelet to the length you wanted, you'll end up with something that looks like this. So now you want to make the button space. So taking your tail ends, you're going to separate them out into the colours to each side. And then taking the first half, you're going to reattach that to the board and you're going to do hitch knots over it. So it's over and through, and then under and through, and that's one complete hitch knot. And then you're going to repeat this until you've got the buttonhole as large as you want it to be. This will vary depending on the size of your button, so you're just going to have to play this bit by ear. You can take it off and measure it against it at different points if you want to, if you're not sure. So once you've done as many knots as you want for that, you're going to repeat that on the other side. And you basically just want to do the same amount of knots on the other side as you did on the first one. Once you've completed both sides of hitch knots, you'll end up with something that looks like this. So if you've got smaller tail ends by this point, you can take one of your longest tail ends from the rest of the cords and use those to do the last part. Finding a couple of longer tail ends, you can pin everything else to the board. And don't worry too much if you've got two extra bits that are too small at the side, because you can very carefully knot over those. And once you've done your first knot, they'll stay in place. So do a square knot over all your cords now. And then very gently pull everything into place. And then you can tighten your knot over that. You can take a little bit of time off of this if you need to, just to make sure everything's nice and neat at the end. Once you're sure that it is, you can tighten it up properly. Once you've done that, you can do the second half of your square knot and it's going to be a lot easier this time. So once you've done your first one, you can do as many or as few as you want here just to keep your buttonhole closed. I tend to do a few, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Basically, just want enough to make sure it's secure. So once you've completed your buttonhole, all you need to do is trim off the ends and seal with your lighter. And if you don't want to use a lighter here, you can use glue if you prefer. So I melt the end and then just dab it down with the end of the lighter. And I do the same here with the tail ends as well. Again, you can trim them off and use glue if you prefer to do it that way. Once everything's sealed, you'll end up with something that looks like this. So now you just want to try your bracelet on. And it can be a bit fiddly here if you're putting it on your own wrist, but it does go on eventually. and that is the completed bracelet.